Hello students, today we will see example 1.9 which is similar to example 1.6 and 1.7. The only difference is in 1.6 and 1.7 we have found the resultant force when the charges were kept at the vertices of an equilateral triangle. Now let us see here, in this example two charges Q1 and Q2 having charges 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb and minus 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb. So one is positive charge, one is negative charge having same magnitude, are kept as shown in the figure or at the two vertex of the triangle. And we have to find out the resultant electric field intensity at point A, point B and point C. So there are two sources and we have to find out the electric field intensity at point A, B and C. Now in order to find the electric field intensity we have to place a test charge, and as we know the test charge is a unit positive charge. Now by placing a unit positive charge at the particular point we can find out the direction of the electric field intensity at that point. So first we will find out the electric field intensity at point A. Now see the diagram. At a point A, if I place a unit positive charge, then this Q1 is positive, so the unit positive charge will be repelled towards this side, the right side, or towards Q2. Similarly, if the test charge is placed at A, it will be attracted by charge Q2 because the charge is negative. So the direction of both the electric field intensity is same. So let us name the electric field intensity at point A due to Q1 to be E1A and E2A. The direction of both the electric field intensity is towards the right. Now the first step is to find out the magnitude. In the terms of theory, let E1A vector be the electric field intensity at point A due to Q1. Q1 is a source and the test charge is placed at point A. So we name it E vector 1A. 1 is a source and A is a test point, and it is directed along right hand side. Similarly, we can write for E2A, and E2A is electric field intensity at point A due to, now the source is Q2, and it is also directed along right or along right hand side. So in the terms of theory, we give the name of the symbols as E1A and E2A. Now let us check the magnitudes. So E1A is equal to, now E1A, I am checking the magnitude, direction is clear from the diagram, it is towards Q2 or right hand side. Now what is the formula for electric field intensity? K source upon distance between test and source. This is the distance between test and source. The length of the side or distance between the two charges were given as 0.1 meter. So the distance between, because A is a midpoint, the distance between Q1 and A is 0.05 meter. So here I take R by 2 whole square. So K source upon distance between test and source whole square. This is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into Q1 is 10 raised to minus 8, and this is equal to, now R by 2 matlab 0.1 divided by 2, that is 0.05 whole square. So I am writing this 0.05 meter twice, it is R by 2 whole square. Now this can be written as 9 into 10 raised to 1 divided by, now this can be written as 5 upon 100, 5 upon 100. So 5 upon 100 means 10 raised to 2 into 5 upon 100, that is 10 raised to 2. So this is equal to 9 upon 25 into 10 raised to 1, 10 raised to 2, 10 raised to 3, and this one 10 raised to 2 is written as 100. Or you do the calculation by yourself. So this 25 4s are 100, it comes out to be 36 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. Let us name it equation number 1. Similarly, magnitude of E2A vector is, now I am writing only the magnitude. So again K Q2, now this distance is again 0.05 meter. So R by 2 whole square. So 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 8 upon 0.05 into 0.05. Now if you see, the magnitudes are same because the charges magnitude were same. The direction, the polarity is different. But we are finding the magnitude, the direction is clear from the diagram. Both the electric field intensity is towards right. So if we solve this, again the answer comes out to be 36 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. That is equation number 2. Now from the figure it is clear that both the field are along right. So we can simply add these two fields. So resultant electric field intensity at point A. So therefore EA is equal to E1A plus E2A. So this is equal to summation of both the fields, that is 72 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. This is our equation 3, as well as the resultant electric field intensity at point A. The direction of EA vector is towards Q2 or along right hand side. So this is how we find the electric field intensity at point A due to charge Q1 and Q2. Now in the second part, we will find out the electric field intensity at point B. So again the theory as before, the symbol is changed, now E1B and E2B. And it is clear that E1B will be directed towards right because the test charge placed is positive and Q1 is also positive. So there is a force of repulsion. So electric field intensity due to Q1 is towards left hand side and Q2 is negative. So the test charge which is positive will be attracted. So it is towards right. So E1B is the field at B and it is directed towards left. Similarly E2B is directed towards right and both have the opposite direction. So we will find out the magnitude and then we will subtract it, and it should also be clear that E1B will be more than E2B. Now let us find out the magnitude. Now magnitude of E1B vector is, so E1B is equal to K source upon, now the distance. Now the distance between this Q1 and B is given in the figure is 0.05. So the distance is 0.05 whole square. So this is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 8 upon 0.05 into 0.05, and as calculated earlier it is similar to E1A, that was 36 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. This is our equation number 4. Similarly, magnitude of E2B vector is, so now E2B is equal to K Q2 upon distance between Q2 and B. Now this distance given is 0.1 meter and we have additional 0.05 meter. So it comes out to be 0.15 meter whole square. So this is 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 8. Again we are taking only the magnitude, so not considering the sign of Q2. 0.15 into 0.15. So this can be written as 9 into, this is 9 minus 8, 10 raised to 1 upon 15 upon 100, so 10 raised to 2 into 15 into 100, again 10 raised to 2. So this is equal to, now we do the division, 3 3s are, 3 5s are, 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are. So it comes out to be 1 upon 25. Now we take this to 10 raised to 2, 10 raised to 1, that is 10 raised to 3, and this 10 raised to 2 is written as 100, or you do your calculation. This comes out to be 4 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. That is equation number 5. So E1B comes out to be 36 into 10 raised to 3, and E2B you calculate these values and it comes out to be 4 into 10 raised to 3. Now clearly E1B is greater, and by the diagram also it is clear that E1B should be greater because it is near to the source which is positive. So repulsion is more as compared to attraction. Now same theory as we have written in A, the resultant electric field at point B is, so E B is equal to E1B minus E2B. Now because the directions are opposite, we are subtracting it. So 36 into 10 raised to 3 minus 4 into 10 raised to 3, that is 32 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. That is equation 6. And the resultant field EB vector is directed. Now this E1B is towards left, this is towards right. The magnitude is more towards left, so the resultant is directed towards left. So this is how we calculate the resultant field intensity at point B. Now the third part is find out the resultant electric field intensity at point C. Now again writing the same theory, changing the symbol. Now let us first see the diagram. The plus unit positive charge is placed at C. So this plus, source Q1 is plus, it will repel the unit positive charge. Let us name it E1C. And the source Q2 is negative, so the test charge will be attracted. So let us name it E2C. Now here the case was simple. E1, both the fields were in the same direction. At point B, both the fields were in the opposite direction. Now these two fields make certain angle. Let us write this point C at this side. So again theory, let E1C be the electric field intensity at point C due to Q1 and it is directed away from Q1, and E2C vector is the electric field intensity at point C due to Q2, and it is directed towards Q2. So one is directed away from Q1, one is directed towards Q2. Now again we find the magnitude. Now magnitude of E1C vector is, so magnitude E1C is equal to KQ1 upon distance between test and source. So now this is an equilateral triangle, so we are taking it as a 0.1. So 0.1 square. So this is 9 into 10 is to 9 into 10 is to minus 8 upon 1 by 10, that is 1 into 10 is to 2, that is 100. So it is 9 into 9 minus 8, that is 10 is to 1 plus this 10 is to 3 Newton per Coulomb. This is our equation number 7. So 9 into 10 is to 3. Similarly, magnitude of E2C is, so E2C magnitude again KQ2 upon distance between test and source. The distance is same, 0.1 meter. So 0.1 meter square, again the magnitude comes out to be equal, that is 9 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. That is equation number 8. Now you say the direction is different. Here the directions were in the same, both the directions were in the same towards Q2, so we have added it. Here both the fields were in the opposite direction, so we have subtracted it. But here both the field makes an angle. Now if it is an equilateral triangle, we know this angle is 60, so this remaining portion or exterior will be 120 degree. Now as explained earlier in example 6, now in vector form, I am writing EC. EC will be read as the resultant electric field intensity at C is equal to E1C plus E2C. Now this equation is in vector form because both the directions are making an angle 120 degree. So using the law of parallelogram, and we see the magnitude is same. So as we have done earlier also, the magnitude can be written as under root, this is vector A, vector B, so A square plus B square like this. So A1C square plus A E2C square plus 2E1C E2C. Now what is angle? Cos 120. So cos 120 is minus half. Also the magnitude is same, 1C is equal to 2C. So this is 1C plus 1C, twice 1C square. डबल हो जाएगा ये उसका स्क्वायर, सॉरी. तो E1C square plus E2C square, both are having the same magnitude, so it becomes twice E1C square or twice E2C square. Now this cos 120 is minus half, 2 is cancelled, so minus E1C E2C, that is again square. So it comes out to be either you can write E1C or E2C. We mention in bracket cos 120 is equal to minus half and E1C is equal to E2C. So resultant comes out to be same if the angle between the two vectors is 120. So this is equal to, the magnitude comes out to be again 9 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. That is equation 9 and our final answer for the magnitude. Now direction, it should be in between. So this direction is of EC and it is again directed towards right. So the resultant electric field intensity at point C is towards right. So this is how we find the electric field intensity at point A, B and point C. So this is our example 1.9, almost similar to example 1.6 and 1.7. Simple is place a test charge as the respective points, see their direction, write the magnitudes. If both the fields are in same direction, you have to add it. If they are in opposite direction, you subtract it. And if they makes an angle, use the law of parallelogram. So this is example 1.9 for today's topic. Have a good day.